Hey everyone, I'm John Knightley. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Netwrix, and I'm super excited to kick off Netwrix Innovation Week. And we are joined today by some of our key executives who will be launching our podcast series with us today, and you'll see some of them show up in some of the other episodes later this week. So with that, maybe each of you guys can go around the room and introduce yourselves. I'll start with you, Grady.
Hey, thanks, John. I'm Grady Summers. I'm the CEO here at Netwrix.
Jeff?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Jeff Warren, Chief Product Officer here.
And I'm Paul Stephens, Chief Technology Officer.
Awesome. It's super great to have all of you guys here. And so one of the things that's interesting about Innovation Week is it's right in the heart of Cybersecurity Month, which is this October. So Grady, I'm going to ask the first question to you. You've been a CISO before at a Fortune 500 company. You've worked at several security companies, and you're out talking to our customers all the time. What are some of the challenges those organizations are facing right now as they think about the rise of new technologies, as they think about how they want to secure their data and identities? What are you seeing?
Well, yeah, John, you're right. Cybersecurity Awareness Month, always gives me some flashbacks to when I was a CISO. This was always a big month of the year where we do a lot of awareness and education, everything. So we had a lot of fun. But when I think back to it, I mean, it was a CISO, it feels like a long time ago now. It was a long time ago, but a lot of the problems, the challenges our customers see, which you just mentioned there, have been consistent over a long period of time. I mean, I think the first thing is it comes down to a lot of visibility. So we talk to so many customers who don't know quite what they have. These are well-run, responsibly funded security programs. They don't quite know how many identities they have out there, for example, across various systems. They don't know the number, how many privileged identities they have or where they're interacting. And they don't always know the data they have out there. We've seen, I mean, it sounds cliched, I know, to say it at this point, but a real proliferation of just absolute mass and volume of data, and the number of places where customers are storing that data across cloud locations and on-prem. And while the cloud is exploding, it seems like on-prem, believe it or not, is growing just as fast with so many of our customers. And then you've got sort of your semi-structured data that's just ballooning in data lakes out there. So they don't quite know what they have. They don't quite know like what their policy should be for each of those, and ultimately how compliant they are with it, right? And so I find more and more customers, large ones and small ones, coming to Netwrix and asking for advice on like, how do we mature this program? How do we get our arms around the data we have? How do we make sure that we're applying the right like policies and access controls to that data, and make sure that that's always enforced? So it's in some ways it's the same problem it's been for a long time, but I'd say it's just amplified so much more now.
Well, on top of that, right, we wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't talk about the latest buzzword, which is AI, right? So what are you seeing there in terms of how that's
Yeah.
maybe creating urgency for
Well,
folks?
Jeff and I are going to do one of these podcasts on AI, so I encourage folks to stay tuned for that one. I'll talk for a minute, though, what our customers are seeing in their environment, and that is there's a lot of buzz over the last few years about non-human and machine identities, and now we hear customers talking about the identities for AI agents. And what we mean by that is, what identities are those agents using as they, crawl the environment, as they search the web to learn about things, as they respond? What kind of persona are they responding as? And are they allowed to have access to that data? So it's a big issue. I will say, it's funny, there's a lot of hype in the industry about like agentic AI identity solutions, and that's a great way to sell more software, I guess, or solutions. But fundamentally, I think managing good identities, in many ways, is the same as it's always been. I mean, an AI agent, yes, it's absolutely new and cutting edge. It's fundamentally using a machine account or a system account, like the ones that we've been provisioning and managing for a while. So in another way, I guess, I sound old, but what's old is new again, or something like that. But a lot of the techniques, I'll just say, our customers have really well managed identity environments aren't feeling overwhelmed by the proliferation of AI agents, because they're saying, yeah, we've got a way to manage those system accounts and those privileged accounts. And so we're thrilled that we can help so many customers with that challenge.
Yeah, you hit on sort of identity sprawl, and you also hit on data sprawl earlier. How is Netwrix, I mean, how are you thinking as the sort of the leader of this company about how we bring, make it easier for folks to kind of see the lines between those? Because that's been a gap as far as,
Yeah, well, it's interesting. This is why I love Netwrix. I'm so excited about the way that we're able to help our customers, because we hear a lot about identity security, identity sprawl, but then of course data security is a big deal. And there are a few companies that can bring it together like Netwrix does to have the real reach we have in data classification and data security posture management, to use those buzzwords, but then also to have such strength in things like privileged access management, directory management, and identity governance. So look, it's why I'm here. We're a company uniquely situated to help our customers with all these problems we're talking about: data sprawl, unclear use of identities, privileged accounts, agentic AI. So it's a great set of solutions.
That's great. I appreciate the setup. And, I know both Jeff and Paul are working very closely on some of the innovations that we're bringing to market to help organizations deal with some of the challenges you just outlined. I'm going to start with Jeff a little bit. Jeff, 1Secure is our platform. It's come a long way in the past year. Pretty impressive what the team's been doing. Explain what it is and explain what your vision is around 1Secure.
Yeah, definitely. So, I think at Netwrix, we cover a lot of different use cases. I think more than most people might realize. And for customers to implement all the different capabilities, which could span data security, identity security, privilege security, even endpoint agents to do DLP and endpoint management, it's a lot, and we wanted to find a way that really brings that together in a cohesive way and makes it easy for customers to adopt the full breadth of our capabilities and also have it kind of intertwine and create use cases that combine identity and data security. Because that's always been a key thesis of ours, is that if you are going to go and secure your data, you can't really do it without looking at the identity side. Most data breaches happen through compromised identity, and a lot of customers are looking at that through two different products, right? So our goal is to bring that together in one product, bring the breadth of the Netwrix capabilities together in one SaaS solution, and also do everything we can to make it easy to adopt and provide measurable results, right? So like Grady said, we're going to have an AI podcast to talk about some of the ways we're using AI to streamline what you can do in 1Secure and provide measurable results. But that's what we spend a lot of time thinking about, a lot of time with our customers working on, is not just having surface level security, but having actual security that provides meaningful outcomes.
What are some of the use cases or capabilities customers can take advantage of today with 1Secure?
Yeah, so it has come a long way this year. And if I had to pick one really good example of what you can do with 1Secure today, I would say what you can do with Microsoft 365 security, which does kind of tie together what I mentioned of the identity and data, right? So every company out there just about is adopting Microsoft 365 for collaboration, SharePoint, Teams, OneDrive. And with that will come Entra ID for your identity store when you're leveraging cloud solutions like Microsoft 365. So what 1Secure can help you with is get full visibility into what data is out there, where you have sensitive data that's being stored within Microsoft 365, where you have PII or PCI or data might be subject to compliance regulations. Also, more importantly, like where is it not properly secured? Where is it at risk of being exposed because of sharing links or anonymous access or misconfigured permissions? And then if you take the identity side of that, you can do an identity assessment to assess where you have weaknesses in your Entra identities that can lead to compromise of your data, and even do monitoring of changes to Entra ID, to privileges, to groups, to entitlements, so you can see how that's changing and quickly get an alert when something changes there that might affect the security of your data that you're storing in Microsoft 365. That's not the only platform we cover in 1Secure, but I think that just gives a good example of something you can do today that kind of achieves our overall goal.
Yeah, pretty universal use case for most organizations of all sizes out there, right? I'll give you one more question, then we're going to head over to Paul. But later in this Innovation Week, we're also going to have a segment on 1Secure for MSP partners, for managed service provider partners. Why are so many of those guys adopting it?
Yeah, so that one's been a lot of fun because we approach MSPs as first-class customers of 1Secure. We wanted to give them a solution that was tailored to MSPs, and what an MSP needs might be different than what a traditional organization needs. They they have to manage dozens or hundreds of end customers. They need speed and simplicity when it comes to deploying solutions like 1Secure. That's why we have one-click provisioning of a new tenant for them. The ability to manage hundreds of end customers from a single portal, so they get a universal MSP dashboard where they can see everything going on across their tenants. And integration into the systems that they use every day, like ConnectWise or ServiceNow to manage their tickets. So all of that was built in from the ground up when we put 1Secure out there. Obviously customers can get it direct, but MSPs have that kind of extra experience with 1Secure that gives them exactly what they need.
That's great. So, Paul, I'm going to shift to you now. You've been here a little under 6 months, if I have it right. What brought you to Netwrix in the first place? And then I want to talk a little bit about what you see on the horizon, what you're excited about.
Yeah, I think there's three major things that brought me to Netwrix. I think first is the people. From the very beginning, I could tell that this team was special. The culture here is amazing. I mean, everybody's highly collaborative and everybody's laser focused on the customer. There's this shared, drive to build products that really truly make a difference. Helping their customers and the organizations keep safe from bad actors, and that's really kind of a mission that really energizes and inspires me. I think secondly, it's the product portfolio. I mean, the portfolio is super impressive that spans identity, data, and endpoint. And what matters is because, data security starts with identity. And having a portfolio that covers all these three areas means that we can meet customers where they are and secure what matters most to them end to end. And then finally, I would say it was the vision. When I spoke to Grady and Jeff, what really excited me was bringing our portfolio together onto the 1Secure platform. I've seen firsthand, the power of platforms and, the value that they can deliver is absolutely massive, from faster time to value, from a better user experience to much stronger outcomes for our customers. You think about things about reducing the mean time to detect and the mean time to respond. These are just not metrics. These are really the difference between stopping an incident in its tracks and then or dealing with a full-blown breach. And that's the kind of impact that what really we want to deliver to customers.
I know you have teams working on a lot of different innovations across Netwrix, so it's kind of like asking a parent to pick a favorite kid, but maybe highlight a couple of the innovations you're most excited about right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's so many I could pick for, but let me talk about a couple because I think there's a way I think about this is in many different vectors. I think the first one is just the day-to-day innovations that come directly from our customer feedback. These are the feature requests that make their work easier to do. So whether that's improving the user experience like we're doing on the 1Secure platform, adding sensitive data dashboards, integrating Copilot, or improving the performance scale and reliability of our products such as Threat Manager, Privilege Secure, and Endpoint Protector. These continuous improvements have a massive, massive impact for our customers.
Yeah,
But
I want to interject there. One of the things that really impressed me is we added that ideas portal to the customer or the community this year. So I love going in there and just seeing what's on customers' mind. What do they wish we could do? And I also love to see the engagement from your engineering team on, yeah, we got that, or we're working on that, or that's a good idea, we'll take it to heart.
Yeah,
so.
no, exactly. The ideas portal is fantastic. I've seen this previously as well. Just being able to interact and give customers what they are really truly asking for and just communicate with them has a massive impact, and I know customers really value that. I think there's a couple of other things if I can share, John, if that's okay. I think what also excites me is where we're going from a company. As we're moving our portfolio to the cloud, we're bringing everything together, as I mentioned, onto the 1Secure platform. This gives our customers a single, unified, they're kind of a true single pane of glass across identity, data, and endpoint. And it just simplifies our customers' workflows and just strengthens their security posture, which is much easier to do than when you have siloed tools. And then I think also I can't stop but talk about like AI and the big bold bets we're making at the moment as a company. We're not afraid to reimagine some of our products that our customers love with the help of AI. And so, that includes improving the user experience, really kind of like building consumerization products for the enterprise that have for both on-premise and cloud, that are products that are smarter, easier to use, and more powerful. And so if I could sum it up in 3 words, it'll be simpler, smarter, stronger. That's what we're building, and that's what we're innovating.
That's great, and it's with the flexibility that you also highlighted, which is have it your way, right? If you want it on the cloud, if you want it on-prem, we can do that for you. One last question. I'm gonna flip it back to Grady. So, what should customers and partners expect about the pace of innovation at Netwrix?
Yeah, I think, one of the things they should expect is that we're going to move fast, but we're going to move with purpose. We're committed to delivering things that matter most for our customers, the features that they ask for, as you mentioned in the ideas portal, the improvements that make their lives easier, and the innovations that keep them ahead of the evolving threat landscape. At the same time, we're making big strategic moves, right? Unifying everything onto the 1Secure platform, reimagining our products with the use of AI to deliver more modern, consumer-like experiences for our customers. And then also means that customers and partners can count on a steady drumbeat of improvements alongside big, bold leaps forward. So the pace of innovation isn't just about speed, it's about consistent progress combined with transformational change. With our customers will see both the quick wins that will help them today and the groundbreaking capabilities that will shape their future. So if I was going to sum it up, it's about faster, smarter, and always with a customer at the center of everything we do.
That's excellent points. So now I'm going to flip it back to Grady. So Grady, with that great setup, we have Innovation Week that starts today with this and covers the next 5 or 6 days. What are some of the things that are going to be coming up in Innovation Week that people should tune in to hear about?
Oh man, we've got so much exciting stuff. I mean, I mentioned earlier, Jeff and I are going to be doing a podcast on what we're doing in AI. We've got some cool announcements coming on that this week. So excited to do a big announcement of our new Access Analyzer 26, a new version of one of our flagship products. It's been around a long time. It's getting a complete new set of features, architecture, UI. I think our customers are going to absolutely love it. We have so many customers on that platform who we've talked to a lot of them about it. They can't wait to upgrade. So I'm pumped about that one. We've got a new Copilot readiness application. It's a part of our 1Secure platform that will help our customers get ready for Microsoft Copilot or other AI they're deploying. It's a great 1 + 1 = 5. We love our partnership with Microsoft, and we love the capabilities that Copilot brings. We use them here at Netwrix, but this product offering will help really make it even better and safer when we work alongside Microsoft. Jeff touched on 1Secure for our managed service provider partners. So we've got some announcements coming out about that. We're going to be sharing some stuff about our culture of innovation here at Netwrix and what we've been doing to really spur kind of fresh thinking and the use of AI. So it's cool. I can't wait. I hope folks stay tuned for all the announcements we have this week. I guess so, John, I will boomerang it back to you because we have a whole new look and feel this week as well. Well, not formally one of our Innovation Week announcements. I know we're pretty excited about the new brand.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I've got to say, as we think about our mission to support those defenders out there that are defending their enterprises, right, from attacks, we want to bring the openness and clarity that our platform provides in the way we communicate with our customers, our partners in the market. And it was time for a new look, a time for it to update our corporate identity. And I'm very excited about come check out the website, see it for yourself. But we're very excited about it. A lot of folks cross marketing, across other business stakeholders, our agency Terra helped with this, and of course our partners are out there carrying the flag out in different corners of the world. So super excited about it, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
Absolutely. I know we're all going to miss the old website, but times change. So no, it's really great work by you and the whole team. So good stuff.
Yeah, we'll stop by the website, see the next, come join the Netwrix Innovation Week series, and then click on a button to request a demo. There's some cool innovations. You ought to see it for yourself, and you can browse it on the web. But even more fun to get one of our engineers to walk you through it. All right, everyone. Thank you. Yeah,
All right.
I appreciate you guys being here with us today. And everyone tune in for the next episode.
All right. See ya.
Thanks.
Thank you.